Welcome to News Beacon, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Imagine a discovery so massive it could rewrite the future of the Philippines. Picture a moment so pivotal, it could alter the course of an entire nation, changing not just the economy, but the very lives and dreams of millions. Deep beneath the West Philippine Sea, geologists have confirmed an oil reserve of staggering proportions. This is not just another resource, this is a find that could rival some of the world's largest oil fields, hidden for centuries beneath Philippine waters, now finally within reach. This isn't just about energy independence, it's about transforming the nation's wealth, global standing, and society itself. Imagine the possibilities: new schools, hospitals, roads, and opportunities for every Filipino, fueled by the country's own natural riches. For decades, the Philippines has relied on imported oil, making its economy vulnerable to global price swings. Every spike in oil prices has meant higher costs for families, businesses, and the government, holding back progress and making life harder for ordinary people. Now, the tables could turn. The Philippines could become an energy exporter. Imagine Filipino oil powering not just local industries but also fueling economies abroad, bringing in billions in revenue and creating thousands of new jobs. But this discovery, in a region already fraught with geopolitical tension, is more than a headline. It's a spark that could ignite either growth or conflict. The West Philippine Sea is a flashpoint, and this oil could draw the eyes and ambitions of powerful neighbors and global players. The stakes are enormous. Over 115 million Filipinos are watching, hoping for jobs, infrastructure, and a future built at home. For many, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see real change, to finally break free from poverty and uncertainty. Yet hope is fragile. The path from discovery to prosperity is littered with nations that failed to manage their resources. History is full of cautionary tales, countries that found wealth only to lose it to corruption, mismanagement, or conflict. This is the start of a new chapter. The story is unwritten. The choices made today will echo for generations, shaping the destiny of the Philippines for decades to come. Will this be a tale of triumph or a cautionary story of squandered opportunity? The nation stands at a crossroads with everything to gain and everything to lose. The world is watching, and the choices made now will shape the nation's destiny. Investors, allies, and rivals are all paying close attention, waiting to see what path the Philippines will take. We must ask tough questions and demand real answers. How will the wealth be shared? Who will benefit? What safeguards will protect the environment and the people? Everything is on the line. The decisions made in the coming months and years will determine whether this discovery becomes a blessing or a burden. The Filipino people are waiting. Their hopes, dreams, and futures hang in the balance as the nation stands on the edge of transformation. The future is uncertain, but the opportunity is real. This is a rare moment, a chance to build a legacy of prosperity, unity, and progress. What happens next is up to the Philippines. The world is watching, and history is waiting to be written. Throughout history, oil has proven itself to be a double-edged sword, shaping the destinies of nations in profound ways. It is a resource that can transform economies overnight, but it can also bring unforeseen challenges and risks. Oil can usher in an era of prosperity, fueling development and progress, or it can lead to disaster, environmental devastation, and economic collapse. Take Norway, for example. The country harnessed its oil wealth with foresight, channeling profits into a sovereign wealth fund designed to benefit not just the present, but generations to come. This careful planning has ensured stability, growth, and a high standard of living for its people. In stark contrast, Venezuela, despite possessing some of the world's largest oil reserves, fell into deep crisis. Years of mismanagement, corruption, and over-reliance on oil revenues led to economic collapse and widespread hardship. This phenomenon is known as the resource curse. When a single resource dominates an economy, other industries are neglected, making the nation dangerously dependent and vulnerable to market shocks. When global oil prices plummet, entire economies can unravel, leaving millions without jobs or basic necessities. The stakes are incredibly high. For the Philippines, the lesson is clear. Oil is not a guaranteed ticket to prosperity. It is a powerful tool, but how it is used will determine the nation's future. The question now is whether the Philippines will follow Norway's example, embracing careful planning, transparency, and long-term vision to secure a brighter future. Or will it repeat the mistakes of others, falling into the trap of corruption, short-term thinking, and neglect? The world offers many examples, some inspiring, others cautionary, of what can happen when oil is managed wisely or squandered. The Philippines stands at a crossroads and must choose its path with wisdom and care. Oil can be a blessing that uplifts a nation, or a curse that drags it down. The difference lies in the choices made today. Ultimately, the outcome depends on leadership, vision, and the willingness to put the nation's long-term interests first. The world is watching closely to see which path the Philippines will choose, one of prosperity and progress, or one of missed opportunities and regret. What could this oil discovery mean for Filipino families? First, jobs, thousands of them, from engineers to support staff. It's a chance to keep talent at home, reversing the brain drain. The economic ripple effect could boost businesses nationwide, from welders to restaurant owners. New wealth means new opportunities for small and medium enterprises. Government revenues could fund world-class infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Imagine modern airports, efficient railways, and accessible hospitals. This is the promise to fix long-standing problems and invest in people. Energy independence would free the Philippines from global market shocks. The nation could become a key player in the global energy landscape. National pride and security would grow, but potential is not reality. The challenge is turning this promise into lasting change. The opportunity is immense. The risks are real. The future depends on wise choices. The economic impact will be immediate, transforming the landscape of opportunity across the Philippines almost overnight. As the sun rises over Manila's bustling financial district, a new era of prosperity begins to take shape. Foreign investment will surge as global energy giants partner with the Philippines, bringing in not just capital but also expertise, technology, and access to international markets. These partnerships will open doors to new business ventures and collaborations. This influx of capital could boost not just oil but technology, manufacturing, and tourism. New factories will rise, tourist destinations will flourish, and advanced technology will become more accessible, creating a ripple effect throughout the economy. Local industries will grow to support the energy sector, creating thousands of jobs and upgrading skills. Training programs will empower Filipino workers, ensuring they are ready for the demands of a modern energy economy. Instead of just exporting crude, the Philippines could build a sophisticated industrial ecosystem, processing, refining, and adding value to resources right at home. This means more income stays within the country, fueling further growth. Oil revenue could reduce national debt, freeing up funds for development. With a stronger fiscal position, the government can invest in infrastructure, education, and healthcare, improving quality of life for millions. A stronger peso could help control inflation, though it must be managed carefully to avoid overheating the economy. Wise monetary policy will be crucial to maintain stability and protect everyday Filipinos from price shocks. The real goal: use oil wealth as seed money to diversify the economy. Support for entrepreneurs, farmers, and small businesses will help build a more balanced and resilient economic foundation. Invest in research, green technology, and digital infrastructure. By funding innovation and sustainable solutions, the Philippines can prepare for a future beyond oil, ensuring long-term competitiveness. Build a resilient, sustainable economy for the future, one that can withstand global shocks and adapt to changing times. Green cities, efficient transport, and clean energy will define the next chapter. Oil is a temporary gift. Its true value lies in what it builds. The infrastructure, skills, and industries created today will outlast the oil itself, shaping generations to come. The opportunity to leapfrog into a modern economy is here. With vision and determination, the Philippines can transform its cities, industries, and communities at an unprecedented pace. The challenge is to use this wealth wisely. Transparent governance, strategic planning, and community involvement will be essential to ensure that benefits reach every Filipino. The future can be bright if the right choices are made. With unity and foresight, the Philippines can turn this moment into a legacy of progress and hope for all. Oil brings risk, especially to the Philippines' rich marine ecosystems. The West Philippine Sea is home to vital coral reefs and fisheries. An oil spill here would be catastrophic, threatening livelihoods and biodiversity. The Deepwater Horizon disaster showed even advanced nations can fail. Is the Philippines ready to enforce world-class safety standards? Even routine operations pollute water and air, and construction can destroy habitats. Flaring releases greenhouse gases, raising climate concerns. The government must create and enforce strict environmental regulations. Transparency and accountability are essential. Cutting corners for profit could have irreversible consequences. The temptation will be strong, but the cost of failure is too high. Oil could poison the very waters that sustain the nation. Protecting the environment must be a top priority. The nation's future depends on it. This oil discovery sits in the contested West Philippine Sea, a geopolitical hotspot. China's overlapping claims make the region volatile. Adding oil to the mix raises the risk of conflict. China may respond aggressively, from diplomatic protests to direct intimidation. Filipino assets and workers could be at risk. The Philippines may need to strengthen alliances, especially with the US, but deeper ties could pull the country into great power rivalry. The dream of independence could lead to new dependencies. Manila must assert its rights while avoiding escalation. Joint development with neighbors could ease tensions. Securing the oil without provoking conflict will test the nation's diplomacy. Peace and stability are at stake. The world is watching how the Philippines navigates this challenge. Oil wealth attracts corruption, the greatest internal threat. Without transparency, billions could be siphoned off by the powerful. We've seen this story before. Money meant for the people ends up in offshore accounts. Corruption can start with secret deals and inflated contracts. Without strong oversight, institutions can rot from within. The solution: an independent anti-corruption commission with real power. All contracts and payments must be public. Joining global transparency initiatives can help. But the strongest defense is an engaged, vigilant citizenry and a free press. The Filipino people must demand accountability. This is a test of national character. The future depends on integrity and vigilance. Oil is finite. The wealth it brings must build a future beyond oil. This is not for short-term spending. It's a chance for strategic, long-term investment. A sovereign wealth fund managed independently should be the first step. The fund stabilizes the economy and preserves wealth for future generations. Use the earnings to invest in education, science, and technology. Build world-class universities and research centers. Invest in infrastructure, roads, internet, clean power, and water systems. These are the foundations of a modern economy. A portion must fund the green transition. Renewables like solar, wind, and geothermal. Oil wealth can power the shift to sustainability. This creates new jobs and a cleaner future. The goal: turn a temporary resource into a permanent legacy. The time to invest in the future is now. The Philippines stands at a crossroads. This oil discovery offers both promise and peril. The path to prosperity is clear: less poverty, more opportunity, and a stronger nation. But the path to disaster is also visible: environmental ruin, conflict, and corruption. The outcome is not fate, it's a choice. Leaders, institutions, and the people must decide the nation's direction. Accountability and vision are essential. The government must serve the people, and the people must stay vigilant. Will this be a blessing or a curse? The world is watching, but for Filipinos, this is their future. Oil is just a tool. How it's used will define the nation. The challenge is immense, but so is the opportunity. The story begins now. The choice is the Philippines to make.